Hey everyone, Jay Wong here. Let me ask you a super quick question. Have you ever heard the story of the distribution center and the electrician? I heard this parable at an event that I was at a few months ago, and it made a pretty big difference in the way that I would think about my brand and my business. I want to quickly share that with you because I know it's going to make a deep impact. And it goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a distribution center. And in the distribution center, there was parts of the distribution center that went out of power, and all these conveyor belts, they stopped moving one day. And people are freaking out. The manager's freaking out. They don't know what's going on. They're turning in all the switches. They're trying to figure out what the problem is. They can't figure it out. They call the business owner. The business owner comes down. They can't figure it out. They call the electrician. They bring in the electrician. The electrician hears out the entire story. They go, this conveyor belt's not working. We need it to work. Every minute that the conveyor belt's not working for a distribution center, they're losing money, right? And so the electrician understands like how serious this issue is. He brings them to where all the fuse boxes are, and he points to the right fuse box. He puts an X on it so he knows it for the next time. He opens the fuse box. There's all these different screws and switches, right? No one knows what's going on. He takes out his screwdriver. He points to one of the screws, and he does one of these. He does a 1/4-inch turn, and all of a sudden, the power comes back. The conveyor belts are moving. People are happy. They're high-fiving each other. People are excited. They're like, yes, this is awesome. Thank you so much. The electrician takes back the screwdriver, turns away the fuse box, and he looks at them. He says, hey, that's going to be $10,000. People are like, what? $10,000? Like, you could have called me. I would have been able to figure it out, right? Like, we could have narrowed it down. Like, $10,000. Like, we just saw you. You just turned it 1/4 of an inch. Like, how's that worth $10,000? And he says, well, let me write you an invoice and break down how it's worth $10,000, and I'll share that with you. They said, sure, go for it. So he gets out a quick pen, writes like an invoice, like on the spot, 2 lines, okay? Hands it to the business owner. Business owner looks at it, smiles, and say, pay this man the $10,000, right? So the $10,000 question, what did he write on the invoice? So 2 things. Line number 1, turning the screw, $1. Line 2, knowing which screw and which fuse box to touch, $9,999. And the moral of that story is that your brand, your business, it's exactly like that conveyor belt. And I know some of you that are watching this right now or listening to this, you're not where you want to be with your brand, with your business. You're doing a lot of things. You want to be able to create that momentum, but you feel stuck, right? Just like if you're out of electricity, just like if your conveyor belt stopped working. And all it would take is knowing which fuse box to go into, knowing which screw to kind of do that 1/4-inch turn to, and all of a sudden you're going to start ramping up. You're going to start building momentum. And I know some of you feel like that. And, you know, over the last few years, I've gotten an amazing privilege of working with some of my amazing private clients at the 7- and 8-figure level, some of our students and entrepreneurs and personal brands, not just in helping them be able to put a voice behind their movement and behind their products and services. I think that's really awesome. But to be able to elevate their brand, to be able to build their authority, to be able to help them lead their community and their tribe. And one of the things that we discovered was we actually discovered that there was 4 things that every expert, every thought leader, we call them change makers, every change maker can do in their business, in their brand, that would literally be like that screw, that would make a world of difference and would turn things back on. We call these the 4 dimensions. I'll share them with you super quick. So number 1, weekly value broadcasts. I know we're going to get a little geeky here, but try to keep up. Weekly value broadcasts. What that means is, are you creating content on a consistent basis once a week towards your audience? This does a couple things. 1, you stay top of mind. They know who you are. That creates that trust, right? That consistency. But on top of that, you have that opportunity of sharing with them your insights, your stories, your perspectives, and you're really fueling the ongoing conversation with your brand, right? You're going and you're telling them and reminding them, hey, you could be a better version of themselves. You could, do this thing in health. You could do this thing in real estate, whatever your niche is, right? So number 1, weekly value broadcast. Number 2, people in the teaching and online marketing industry, we call this the opt-in to the compelling offer. right? Are you putting out opt-ins out there where people are giving you their name and email in exchange for more value, right? And on top of that, are you creating different offers out there so that people can work with you on a deeper level to get that result or get that transformation? So if you don't have this going right now in your business, chances are that's the problem. Chances are you need to get that going so that it can create those conversions for you so that it makes sense for you to keep leading the movement, right? If you can't figure out the money side of things, the money stays limited within your sphere of influence. So that's number 2, opt in with the compelling offer. Number 3, we call this micro virality. Micro virality simply means leveraging social media in a strategic way so that you can get your message out there, storytell appropriately per platform, and not actually use social media as a tool to help you get your message out there. My students and I call that micro virality, but it's to ultimately create a sense of omnipresence, a sense of celebrity within your little tiny niche. So that's number 3. Number 4, what my students and I call the change maker planning. So change maker planning, there's 2 parts to it. One is the self-care, right? Do you have the right habits, the right rituals so that you can show up on a day-to-day basis and your energy is constant, it's growing. You're getting energy from doing the activities in your business, right? That's very important. But on top of the self-care things, are you doing that for your business? Are you going through peaks and valleys? Are you doing this launch over here and then kind of taking off over here and then doing another launch, right? Or is your business constant? Is it growing? Is it having that, that exponential growth that us as business owners deeply want? So those are the 4 dimensions right over there: the weekly value broadcast, the opt-in plus compelling offer, the micro virality, and the change maker planning system. Now, obviously within this video, I can't deep dive into each 4 of those, but what my students and I did is we created a change maker roadmap masterclass where it is the comprehensive approach on not just how to get the content, but being able to deploy it in your business. Just like Tony Robbins says, knowledge is not power, right? It's the application of knowledge that is the difference. So that is what the Changemaker Roadmap Masterclass will do. We'll be able to teach you so that you can go ahead and deploy that. And in the spirit of the holidays, I want to give it to you absolutely for free. That's right. I want to just give it to you absolutely for free. Of course, there is a catch, but I like to think that the catch is pretty cool on its own. And right down below, there is a link. You can click the link in this post and it will take you to all the details so you can access Changemaker Roadmap Masterclass absolutely for free. Last time we did this live, people paid $500 just to access this. Like I said, in the spirit of the holidays, you get it absolutely for free. Click on the link in this post, and I can't wait to serve you in Changemaker Roadmap.